Good morning, LNY fam. I'm coming to you from my office. I just started thinking about the new year and things that we might be worried about going into the new year. And I was thinking about the word provision because a lot of people are struggling right now, or we're looking and not knowing exactly what's coming in the future. And I got to thinking about my life and how God has provided everything along the way that I've ever needed. And it may not have always come in my timing, but it's always come. And so I wanted to share with you something that I've been thinking about. I have 1,000 stories of me being worried about something and then God coming through. But one thing that I thought about this morning was back when I was pregnant with my youngest son, and it was a surprise. We were not planning on that. And this was about 14 years ago or so, a little bit around then. We had 3 other children, so he would be our 4th, and we did not have a vehicle that would fit our whole family. And we were about, 3/4 of the way through with this pregnancy, going to be giving birth to him in a couple months, and was really stressing out. I was so worried that we were not going to have a way to transport our whole family somewhere. Of course, my husband never phased, and he's like, Heather, God is going to come through. And he said, let's just ask for something big. And I said, okay, well, I prayed and asked God for a minivan. That seems insane. We just don't have the money. We don't have the money for this. We have no way to buy another vehicle. I was a stay-at-home mom at the time. It just was not something that we had provision for in that moment. And I'm here to tell you that one afternoon we were sitting in the living room. We had not talked about this need to anyone. I hadn't talked about it to our friends or to people at church. Nothing. Just something that I was quietly freaking out about. I was very worried about it. My husband just basically told me, Heather, God owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. He takes care of his people. He's got the resources. We need to trust that he's going to provide for us. And I was like, okay, I'm going to just not say anything else about it. I'm just going to wait. And one afternoon we're sitting in the living room and my husband gets a phone call, and it's an older man from our church. And he's like, hey, Brian, so my wife is getting rid of her vehicle. And I know this is a really weird phone call, but my wife is going to get a new vehicle. She has a minivan. We don't have any children. She just liked driving her friends around. And we decided that instead of selling her minivan, we wanted to give it to someone. And we decided to pray about who God wanted us to give this minivan to. And your name just came up. And so we just wanted to call you, see if you'd be interested, if you guys have a need for that. Do you want our minivan? And so my husband hangs up the phone with this guy. And he turns around to me and he says, Heather, God just provided us a minivan. Told you. And I'm like, I should have believed it was going to come through. And so this is just, I hope this is an encouragement for you that it is not always our timing that stuff comes through when we're worried about and we're looking at our finances and we're like, hey, the stuff isn't there. We need some sort of miracle. And sometimes there is a miracle, and it's going to be in God's time. If God's doing a miracle, it's never going to happen when we think it needs to happen. I was over here thinking, I need to have this planned out. I've got to have our ducks in a row for this. And God's like, no, we're going to do it when I'm ready. And that was a really awesome moment for us. And I'm going to tell you, I have a bunch of these stories. And so maybe I'll tell some of the other ones, but that's the one I was thinking about this morning. So y'all have a blessed day. Wait for your provision.